Welcome to LexLocal. I'm your host, Rick Dorrington. If Paul Revere thought one night in Lexington was exciting, he should see us now. Our town is buzzing with preparations for the 250th anniversary of the Battle of the Lexington Green. That's right, folks, a quarter of a millennium since some brave locals decided to stand up to the world's greatest military power. Current Minutemen reenactors came together on a chilly Saturday afternoon to sharpen their skills and practice their drilling ahead of the 250th anniversary celebration. Muskets in hand and drums beating, the Minutemen are certainly ready for the expected crowds on April 19th. The Minutemen also took a field trip to the State House, proving that even historical figures deserve a day out. They were there to see something that can only be viewed there, a musket, the actual weapon Captain John Parker was carrying on the battle green that glorious morning in 1775.
So we're inside the reading room of the Senate chamber in the Massachusetts State House. The chair of our publicity committee with the Lexington Minutemen, Rasheed Walters, has arranged through Senator Collins' office to have us come here and give a story on Captain Parker's musket.
This is the musket that he would have carried at the in fact, he did carry at the Battle of Lexington. It is a classic New England Fowler with a French influence. So what I mean by that is, first, if you take a look at the buttstock with the curve, it's often been referred to as a Roman nose design. That is a French influence with the dip.
Captain Parker leading the first veterans of our country, and this being the musket that he actually carried that morning, is extremely significant and special. Next to being a dad, portraying Captain Parker is one of the greatest honors of my life. Been a member of the Lexington Minutemen for 28 years. I normally portray William Diamond, but as the current captain, I have the honor of portraying Captain John Parker. This being the 250th anniversary of the Battle of Lexington is really special. My grandfather was our state rep, chairman of the Board of Selectmen, and ran and chaired the Bicentennial Committee in Lexington. So 25 years later, being able to portray Captain Parker and lead the Lexington Minutemen makes it even that much more special.
Congratulations to Steve Cole. Unfortunately, he'll have to leave the real musket at the State House. We're so happy for you. With just 50 days to go, residents who were in Lexington 50 years ago came together to flip one more day on the countdown calendar.
My name's Doug Lucenti. I'm chair of the Select Board here in Lexington, and I was here 50 years ago on Patriots Day in 1975. I was 9 months old. The town has changed in so many ways. I think one of the biggest and best changes is how diverse our town has become over the number of years. But the great news is we still have a lot of the same traditions. The fact that we celebrate Patriots Day every year, and we celebrate our history in such a dignified way that everyone is able to enjoy the celebrations. And although we've changed our demographics, we really haven't changed the tradition and the spirit of Lexington.
Mary Donnie was 75. Thank you, guys.
Gary Fallick, we moved here in 64.
Debbie Packard moved here in 73.
Barry Cuna moved here in 1955, class of 1971.
1, 2, 3,
Now, the calendar has been a meeting place for many groups preparing for the big day. And we even met someone special there. Mo Rocca, CBS News correspondent for Sunday Morning.
Well, the big thing I learned today is that William Dawes needed a publicist. I mean, he rode into town with Paul Revere, and no one knows his name. He doesn't make it into a poem. There are no animated shows about him. No one cares about Billy Dawes. And maybe if he'd gone by Billy Dawes, people might remember him more. I had never been in the Hancock-Clark house, and seeing the table where John Hancock and Sam Adams were briefed and warned by Paul Revere, I mean, you're just there. In this whole town, you're just there. And it's a real privilege to come to a place like this that cares so much about its history and that has just great Wi-Fi everywhere. I'm Mo Rocca, and happy semi-quincentennial Lexington. Did I get that right? Yeah. Happy 250th.
Yet another reminder of just how widespread this celebration will be. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Lexington Chamber of Commerce pulled out all the stops with a gala at Wilson's farm. The event was in celebration of not only the 250th, but also Wilson's 140th annual harvest.
This party really shows us that people really want to get out there and connect together. And it's been now 5 years since the pandemic, and I feel like people are ready to come back and get excited about Lexington and about a lot of things going on in our town, connecting with other businesses in town, and whether you need a lawyer or a webmaster or just want to connect with other people in town doing similar things or complementary businesses, we put everybody kind of together.
Coming together for a night like this is uber important because it really highlights the importance of shopping local and having interesting places for our residents to go. It keeps our town vibrant, keeps our town engaged, and it's really paramount to have that connection with small businesses, medium businesses, and the residents of Lexington. We are very excited about the 250th. We are sponsoring the parade this year in a big way, which is going to be twice the size of the regular every other year parade, so we are super excited. The 250th just has so many different events, so every chance the Chamber gets to be a part of that, we're doing it.
LexingtonChamber.org is our website. And then again, lex250.org is where everybody can find so much information about Patriots Day, all the activities leading up to Patriots Day, all the activities on Patriots Day, and then at the LexingtonChamber.org, we're always willing to answer any questions. I think a lot of people are really excited, and we're all kind of ready to come together again and engage and have a good time and get to know each other again, I think.
I did want to just take a moment to thank the Wilsons for their hospitality. We'll have something for them a little later on too, but it just has to be said, this means a lot. We've worked very hard on pulling this together, and we really wanted to reach out and acknowledge Lexington's 250th in a way that really was purposeful, and I think this is. Your presence has made it that way.
I will say the food was amazing. Shout out to Executive Chef Raymond Ost. He was given a special honor later in that evening. Now, not all gatherings in Lexington are celebrations. Some passionate residents braved the cold to protest the current presidential administration.
Hi, I'm Margaret Heights, and I live in Precinct 4 in Lexington, in a great neighborhood we call Merritt Square, and I'm so happy to be involved with Indivisible and Indivisible Lab, which is Lexington, Arlington, Bedford, and beyond, because our people care about these things too, and it's so great to get together with people who talk about it and worry about these issues. And what we're facing right now is just, I don't know how to express it. It's just completely unacceptable. And we have to stand up together. As my sign says, we stand up and we stand together. We're seeing the fruit of our disregard of the power of wealth and corporations, and basically the draining of wealth and security from average Americans. It's just not, I can't tolerate it. Let's just put it that way.
All right, hi, I'm Carol Scanning. I live in Waltham, Massachusetts, and I'm here protesting in Lexington, Massachusetts, in front of the Minuteman statue where our democracy started. And I'm here because we're losing our democracy, and we're losing it fast. We're losing our benefits, our freedoms, our rights, our representation, everything from going after Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security, having Elon Musk and his hackers exposing all of our sensitive information, to siding with Putin and the authoritarians against democracies. And I want people to wake up and before it's too late. I got involved with Indivisible because I knew they were a good organization. I had always been active online, but I wanted to do something in addition to that. They are a very good organization working in all 50 states, the grassroots group, and they were very effective the last time Trump was in office, so I wanted to get involved.
Those protesters certainly channeled their revolutionary spirit. However, no one arrived on horseback. Congresswoman and House Minority Whip Catherine Clark was in town to listen to what her constituents have to say about the current administration. She got an earful.
I cannot tell you what it's like to come off a plane from Washington, D.C. after this week and see all of you, because you are the hope for our country. We're going to do everything we can. We are going to fight like hell in Congress. We are going to leave no tool unused, no law undefended. Every procedural parliamentary thing that we can do, we will use. But it all comes down to all of us in this moment together. And we are clear-eyed about the fact that we are in the minority in, the House, the Senate, and they hold the White House. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be filing legislation that sets out exactly what's going on here and what people can do. And we have to remember and put pressure on Republican members of the House that it only takes 3. If 3 of them stand up, if 3 of them decide that it is country over party, that it is country over their own primary, that they can withstand this, and they will be supported if they do this. They can stop this tomorrow.
I'll say one thing about Lexington, and the Lexington 250 committee doesn't want to hear it. They want it to be a lovely celebration with no politics and whatever. Let me say this. The reason that we are here today is because citizens fought against a tyrant. We must be present for the 250th. We must have signs. We must have a unified message. And we must be here to send a message to the rest of the country that there are Americans willing to go face to face with a tyrant and say, this is it. It's enough already.
To do this.
I'm really alarmed, like probably most everybody else in this room, and I see us as being in the middle of a constitutional crisis. We are in the middle of a coup in progress. We need to go beyond business as usual, beyond just maybe trying to peel away one more Republican, beyond looking at the 2026 elections, because we might not even have elections in 2026. What are we going to do as a leader to stop them? We have to stop Musk. We have to stop Trump. We have to stop what they're doing, because we have to if we're going to have a democracy at all. Thank you.
Listen, I get it. I mean, this is all the things you said. It's unfolding before our eyes. And so, we got to do it all. We got to be in court. We got to be in the streets.
They don't respect the rule of law.
But we have to. We have to. We have to do it.
More.
But these are the tools we have. And then we got to mobilize.
They're not the only tools we have.
No, they're not.
No.
But we got to use every single one that we have.
And then some. Get more. Get creative. Yeah. Think outside the congressional box.
We bid a fond farewell to longtime Select Board member Suzie Berry. Suzie served for 10.5 years. We were on hand for her retirement celebration, where she received some very special and very original commemorations.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Doug Lucenti, Chair of the Select Board. For those that I have not met yet, it's a pleasure to welcome you here today as we celebrate a remarkable leader and a remarkable friend, Suzie Barry.
From the House of Representatives, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Suzie Barry in recognition of over 10 years of dedicated service to the Select Board of Lexington. Your commitment to our community stands as a testament to your character and leadership. Congratulations on your well-earned retirement. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortunes and continued success in all endeavors. Can't wait to see what you do next, by the way. Congratulations.
This is a citation from the Massachusetts State Senate. Be it known that the State Senate extends its congratulations to Suzie Barry in recognition of your years of smart service and impressive results as a Select Board member,
especially with respect to improving Lexington's public facilities and expanding access to mental health resources.
And let it be further known that the Senate extends its wishes for continued success, Suzie.
We wanted to give Suzie a little piece of the library. So she is now the proud owner of a decommissioned library book truck.
One of Suzie's passions has always been to get in a plow truck and drive it around town. One of our former town managers said, no, you can't do that. We have insurance laws. I don't know if Mina's here, but we couldn't do that. We did get you in a sidewalk tractor, though. We have pictures of that. I don't have keys to a plow truck for you right now, but we did something that may be a little bit closer. We have named a plow after you.
So one of my favorite things about Suzie is she would love to get into the details of things. And so she'd always prepare me, or any one of us, and she would say, all right, I'm going to go way down in the weeds on this one. And she would dive in to all the special details. Gift that Suzie's about to open is not a weed. This is a dandelion encased in resin. And a lot of people think, yeah, there's a lot of people here. A lot of people think this is a weed, but it's a beautiful flower. And I got this as a tribute to Suzie. And on the bottom of that tribute, it says, Suzie Barry, Down in the Weeds, Select Board 2014 to 2025.
A former Select Board member said to me, if a resident takes the time to come into the room and wants to be heard, you should let them be heard. We are put into those seats by this community. And while we may have our deeply held convictions and beliefs and whatever else we bring to the table, we are sitting there working for the community. And this community has become a family. You have all become a family, pretty much like a clan. And so now I need to just say a little bit to my family. So to Mike and Dana, Tom, to my mom, Marie, to my brother, John, who's here, his wife, Fran, my niece, Catherine, and her husband, Ian, thank you. This has not been an easy journey for you either. As Michelle said, when you step forward and you say you're going to do this, the family is right there with you. You have tolerated phone calls on vacations. You have tolerated delays for things. And you've done it all with grace and patience. And I could never have done what I have done without your support. And I will be forever grateful for that. Because I didn't even know I had this in me. And you allowed me to explore that and really find my groove. So, with that being said, I will say to the staff, to the community, to everyone who is in this room, you are my Lexington clan, but this is my family. So thank you.
Best of luck to Suzie in her retirement. Stick with us, folks. We've got plenty more show left. Lexington is also honoring the houses that have stood in town since the battle in 1775. The Lex 250 Commission unveiled its Witness to 1775 banner project. The commission identified 24 structures that stood in Lexington in 1775 and still remain standing today.
When the four towns were beginning to decide how they were collaboratively going to be working, we learned that Concord had been putting witness banners on the lawns of the houses which had connection to the actual battle. And here in Lexington, we decided that we would identify those houses.
My family are newcomers to Lexington. We didn't get here until 1893, so we missed the Revolutionary era. But it was fascinating to grow up in such a historical town with family connections that go back at least a few generations. And always wondering as I went down the street, what's the history of that house? That house looks old. Was that here at the time of the battle? And as we embarked on this project, it quickly became clear to us there had never been a complete list compiled of all the houses still standing today that were here at the time of the Battle of Lexington. Out of these 24 houses, we see the homes of 15 Minutemen and 14 soldiers who fought elsewhere in the Revolutionary War. Like Jonathan Harrington are represented in these list of homes, and others like Nathaniel Farmer, who were wounded so badly that they were disabled and unable to work after the battle. The fact that we still have 24 left in Lexington means that as you go down the street, you can see a physical reminder of the stories of these people who fought, gave their lives, suffered, so that we could be free today.
Our community gathered for the first ever town-wide Ramadan celebration, bringing together neighbors of all backgrounds and religions, demonstrating that we're a town that not only respects diversity, but celebrates it.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening, and welcome everybody to our first Ramadan display. Ramadan is a sacred month observed by millions of Muslims worldwide, dedicated to fasting, prayer, reflection, and community service. While rooted in Islamic tradition, Ramadan's values of compassion, generosity, and self-discipline resonate across cultures and faiths. Communities around the world, whether in Indonesia, Turkey, Nigeria, Pakistan, India, or right here in Lexington, mark this time with diverse traditions, family gatherings, and acts of kindness. Tonight's ceremony celebrates not just the start of Ramadan, but the universal values it embodies: empathy for those in need, the importance of community, and the power of coming together in peace and understanding.
So Ramadan is the month of fasting. It's the holy month for Muslims during which we fast for 29 or 30 days. So from sunrise to sunset, we don't eat any food or drink anything. And the idea is that it brings us closer to God and to our spirituality. We empty our bodies so we can replenish our souls. That's basically that's what Ramadan is for me. And it's a very joyful month for all of us. And we celebrate at the end with a big event called Eid al-Fitr, which is one of the biggest celebrations for the Muslims in the world.
So to add to what she just said, in Ramadan what happens also is that we abstain from all the good things in life. So if you're hungry and thirsty, you feed for those who are hungry, who are thirsty, who have not had food to eat. So basically it's like giving away all that you have in life, all in good things in life, for somebody who doesn't have, and then you feel their pain, their sorrow. And by making yourself pure at heart and mind and soul, you become what He wants us to be: clean, good people, caring for our neighbors, ourselves, our own bodies, and those of our fellows, neighbors, and countrymen and citizens, basically.
We purchased our beautiful crescent
from Modern Wall Arts. It's a company based out in Illinois, Chicago, and they make beautiful Islamic wall arts, and they're actually the first and the largest in the country. It is 8 foot in height, and it has a beautiful LED light display, and yeah, it's made of stainless steel, so it's made for outdoors, and I hope everyone in the community can enjoy it for the month of Ramadan.
As many of you know, we came together this past year to create a more inclusive school calendar that better reflects our beautiful diversity in Lexington. And thanks to the efforts of so many, I am proud to say that this year, for the first time in Lexington's history, there will be no school in Lexington Public Schools on March 31st. We'll be celebrating Eid al-Fitr, and we want to give a very special thank you to everybody in the community who helped to make that happen, especially our students and also our school committee members. I want to call out our school committee members by name because they had to vote for this change. So thank you to Larry Freeman, Eileen J., Kathleen Lenahan, Sarah Cuthbertson, and Deepika Sani. You're out there somewhere. Thank you so much. Ramadan emphasizes kindness, generosity, and giving to those in need. May the holy month of Ramadan bring you countless blessings, peace, and joy. Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For all those who celebrate, happy Ramadan from LexMedia. In today's edition of our Minuteman Minute, we feature the veterinarian science program at Minuteman High School. Our co-op student, Allison Russell, got to meet all the animals and reptiles in the program.
Hi, welcome to Veterinary Science. My name is Mrs. Maynard. I am one of the teachers here at our shop. This is my second year teaching here at Minuteman. Prior to that, I was out working in the field as a certified veterinary technician at a local hospital. I teach grades 9 and 12. Ms. Chapin covers grades 10 and 11. For me, I'm full circle right back where I started. I actually went to a vocational high school. I just think that there's no better education that you can get than the hands-on experience.
My name is Julia. I'm in 10th grade and I'm in veterinary science. Normally we have like a problem of the day to like kind of ease us into the day. It's based on whatever we're learning. The other week it was like the cardiovascular system. And then we will do our chores. So we're all assigned an animal and like a house chore. When we're learning this, we do a lot just working with the animals we have. Like we get to work with like dogs, a lot of the reptiles we have. We have Bruni, who is a bearded dragon, Cheeto, who's a leopard gecko, Cupid, who is a ball python, and then we have the rats, Phoebe, Monica, and Rachel, and then Miss Chapin's dog too, who's Jelly Bean.
Hi, my name is Nia. This is Bruni, one of our animal mascots. He is a bearded dragon who is turning 4 this year. I just love that I get to work with animals all day. It's a different experience, and we're just not like sitting down all day. We're actually learning more hands-on stuff. I get to go on clinical, which I really like. I really do love the shop, and I do love every single person in the shop. We all get along pretty well, and it's a lot of fun.
And finally, we'll leave you with some scenes from Lexington's annual Dance Around the World, a celebration of traditional dance from, well, all around the world. Take a look. From all of us here at LexMedia, thanks for watching.
Welcome to Cary Hall. Join us on a global journey of rhythm and culture as we celebrate the rich tapestry of human expression through dance. From the high-energy tracks of K-pop to the rhythmic footwork of catback dance, these dances showcase the diversity and creativity of human culture.
From the bold and passionate movements of the Chinese wolf totem dance
to the pulsing rhythms of modern dance, each mesmerizing dance form tells a story about identity, roots, and community.
We would like to take the time to thank our incredible co-chairs, student Elsie, the wonderful dancers, choreographers, and even live musicians, and last but certainly not least, the town of Lexington for promoting dance through this free event.
Yeah, let's hear it. Woo!